Howdy gamers. I suppose I'm an anime channel now, so I'm just gonna keep rolling with that until I find some better shit to talk about. For right now, I'm gonna talk about Rising of the Shield Hero. That's a show that I thought ended like 2 months ago, because nobody was talking about it for like the last 2 months, but apparently it's still got like another week left. At the time of writing the script, there was only 21 episodes out, and I watched all of them in one day, so that might affect my opinions of the show, but I don't give a shit. So I'm just gonna give my review, opinions, feelings, thoughts, inner machinations towards Rising of the Shield Hero. So for those of you who don't know what Rising of the Shield Hero is, it's a show about a NEET who tries reading a book, and then he gets punished for reading a book by getting sent to a fantasy world with RPG rules, video game rules, with 3 other assholes, and they've gotta go fight some nondescript bad guys to save this different world, because they have to. Also, everybody's racist and hates the main character, because he is the shield hero. And you have to hate the shield hero in this show, that's just one of the rules. Aside from that very brief synopsis, which goes even less far than like the Kiss anime synopsis goes, I'll try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible so that you haven't seen the show and still want to see the show after this, you're free to go. If you have seen the show, then frankly I'm just confused why you're watching a review on it other than hoping I'll agree with your opinion so that you can receive some gratification, you narcissistic bastard. Or you're one of the people that I showed this video out to. All the people keeping this bitch alive. Thank you. So let's try and lighten the tone and talk about some things that I did like. First of all, I love Naofumi as a character. Naofumi is the main character. He is fan-fucking-tastic. He is one of my favorite anti-heroes in all media ever. You know, he's the kind of dude that would agree with a modest proposal. A lawful evil kind of character is very, very hard to pull off as a actually good character. And the fact that they do it, and they do it so well, makes me really happy. He also kind of looks like a sexy Waluigi, which invokes many confusing emotions for me. But his character design is just fantastic. He's got like this really cool barbarian armor that just fits his personality so well. He's morally vague, but he's also got strict rules that just... He's got a compass, but who knows where the fuck that compass points? And it's fucking cool. I like it. He's an awesome character. Now, Fumi can definitely get a little bit, we live in a society-y, but it never gets to the, like, Tokyo Ghoul levels of edgy. It's just mostly just him screaming at things. So, it's mostly good. I think the side characters are also pretty good. You know, obvious choice, Raphtalia. She's 10, you sick fucks. She's obviously this season's it waifu, and I think it's for pretty good reason. She's adorable, nice, and she'll kick your ass. Plus, like, I've never seen a raccoon girl before, and it's new, and it's cool. I think Raphtalia is definitely the strongest of the side characters, but a lot of them have their own personalities. You know, they're good. They're not totally flat. None of them reach the level of, like, wow, that Naofumi does, but they're still pretty good. I'm really reaching here. I'm trying to say positive things before I just go into the shit fest. It's got some pretty good themes, you know, like, when is it okay to be mad? What does it mean to be a good guy? We live in a society, you know. I'm just gonna move on. Now let's talk about the things that I thought were very meh. Just meh. So average that I'm not even gonna bother memorizing them, and I'm just gonna read them off my script. The animation, meh. The sound design, meh. The art style, meh. The humor, meh. The dialogue, meh. The voice acting, eh. Enemy design, meh. Power scaling and explanation of powers, meh. So that's my comprehensive list of all the things that I thought were so aggressively average that really the only thing I can say about them is, yeah, they were there. Now, here's the shit fest in descending order of shittiness, with the least shitty thing first. I think the world building fucking sucks. everything's just very vague about where things are, the scale of things. Other countries are alluded to. You know, there's an illusion that there could be like some deep political commentary on shit, but they don't focus on any of that, and they don't give reasons for why one country is this way politically and why this one isn't, but it tries to play it off like it could be for an important reason. It just doesn't tell us. I also kind of hate that it uses video game logic to justify exposition. This kind of falls into my complaint with most isekais, where the fact that it's an isekai and that it's a video game rule kind of world isn't used to any sort of effect. It's just to justify having the entire first episode be people explaining shit. It's just kind of used as a way to say, yes, this is why we're explaining what the fuck magic is, because this person doesn't come from this world, and he shouldn't know that. I think it's lazy, and I don't like it. The next thing that I dislike is that I think that the author has a very hard time balancing giving us information versus not. Typically, when you're writing something, you don't want to tell the reader everything, you know? You want there to be some reason for you to watch the next episode. You know, there's got to be that question like, hey, explain that shit. But you also have to explain shit eventually. For example, there is a character that is teased in the openers. The very first opener, you see the main character fighting her. It looks like a super important battle. You know, that could be like the end of the arc. She doesn't show up until episode 10. The fight barely has any meaning. It ends incredibly quickly, and as of at least episode 21, she's never fucking seen again. All we know is her name, and that's it. We just know her name. There was no teasing about her before the fight, other than the opener. There's no indication of her, or thought, or conversation of her afterwards, and all we're just left with is more questions that, over the course of 11 episodes, not a single one of them was ever asked again or addressed again, and I think that's really fucking dumb. And then that boils down to the last complaint that I have with the show, is that the pacing is just god-awful. I think the show probably could have gotten as much done in half as many episodes. There's a lot of time that's just wasted on Naofumi collecting new powers like they're fucking Pokemon, and then never using them again, or only using them in a very specific situation, when I think just kind of yada-yadaing it and saying, yes, he can do that now, and offering the side materials or something, like a comprehensive wiki or some shit, I think would have been a much better way of going about it. You know, most of the episodes, they don't even really bring anything new compared to the last episode. The first 21 episodes really just follow an arc of, hey, now Fumi's a fucking bastard, fuck that guy, because we're racist. And then they go, wow, he's not so bad. And then somebody comes in with a conspiracy that goes, hey, now Fumi's a fucking racist. And then they all hate him again. And that's just the cycle that it goes through. And it's unnecessary. I don't think the show would be so bad if I didn't have to spend so long on it to get nothing. If it were half as long, I think the show would be a solid 7. But with the pacing as bad as it is, I'd have to give it like a 4 out of 10. It's just a slog. I don't want to watch it again. I hate that I wasted 10.5 hours watching it the first time. Rising of the Shield Hero is an okay show to watch if you need some like anger gratification, you want some waifu bait, or like you're talking to a girl and she really likes the show and you need something to talk to her about. Those are really the only 3 reasons that I can think of, like, and in all other cases, I just think you should watch something else. You know, go read Domestic Girlfriend, go read JoJo, watch Demon Slayer, do literally fucking anything else. And if you tell me you've already done all those things, do them again. You know, it's a bit of a shame. You know, the concept was good enough that I wanted to read spoilers online because I wanted to know what happened. I just didn't care to get to that point. And, you know, some interesting shit does happen, like mind-blowing, world-changing shit. But Episode 21 is only about the equivalent of volume 4 out of 21 of the light novels. You're never gonna get to the cool shit. It's so far into the future. You're just never gonna reach that point. And in the end, I just have to be sad that there's so much wasted potential. Be sure to comment if there's anything you agree with me on, disagree with me on, Let's get those interactions up. Use that algorithm. Other than that, fuck. Stay frosty, gamers.